Hello and welcome to the Digital Forge news desk with me, Freya. This is where we break down the news from the AI music scene. Today we are going to focus on the emerging AI music workflow and the business models that are forming around them. Let's get started. From the outside, AI music can still look like something experimental, a side conversation, a niche trend, maybe even a curiosity sitting at the edge of the music industry. But that really isn't what this is anymore. If you've been watching the space closely, AI music has already moved beyond that stage. It is becoming an industry in its own right, and around it, a full support structure is starting to form. What's emerging now is something you could call an AI music tool chain, an ecosystem of businesses building around generative music from three different directions. Those three directions are creation management, infrastructure tools, ecosystem platforms. One of the first things AI music created was a brand new skill set, prompting. It sits somewhere between songwriting, production, and programming. Knowing how to describe a song well enough to get the result you want has become valuable in its own right. Because of that, a whole mini industry is appearing around prompt improvement. A strong example is Songelyzer, built by songwriter and AI underground host Roy Thigpen. It reviews prompts through multiple AI expert panels and gives feedback on things like lyrics, structure, and genre direction before the song is even generated. Other tools in this space include howtopromptsuno.com, Suno Builder, Suno Prompt, Fitz Prompt, Word.studio, and a growing collection of browser extensions and GPT-based helpers designed to improve outputs from music generators. Once creators start generating music at scale, another problem appears very quickly: volume. Traditional music production did not usually involve producing hundreds of variations in a single sitting. Generative music does. That means creators now need systems to manage large batches of material, compare versions, and work out which outputs are actually worth keeping. Tools like ReverbMind help with that by organizing generated tracks into sortable groups, making it easier to review runs and identify stronger versions. There has also been demand for bulk export tools. After Udio stopped user downloads last fall, tools across the Suno ecosystem gained traction. Services like Suno Tracks Exporter and Suno Manager let users export full libraries of songs at once. Generating a song is one thing. Knowing whether it is actually good, structurally, commercially, musically, is something else entirely. That has opened space for businesses focused on song evaluation. One example is Song Refiners, created by Nashville music veteran Keith Moore. It scores songs and gives feedback based on areas like structure, melody, and commercial potential. Songelyzer also overlaps here, offering similar forms of assessment. Even when a generated track is strong, it often still is not fully release-ready. That means there is now a growing need for tools that handle the final polish, the stage where a generated experiment starts to become a finished record. Tools like Cryomix focus on mastering workflows built for AI-generated music, while Automix by Roex applies AI-driven analysis for mixing and mastering. This is the part of the chain where raw output begins turning into something creators can actually publish with confidence. If Stage 1 helps creators make music, Stage 2 supports the systems that make the entire AI music ecosystem function. This stage is less visible to casual users, but it may be one of the most important because it deals with the foundations. Training data, rights, authorship, metadata, and detection. AI music models need huge volumes of audio to train on. That has created demand for companies building licensed, machine learning-ready audio datasets. For example, Harmonic Frontier Audio is assembling provenance-audited training collections designed for music and voice model licensing. Source Audio is also positioned strongly here, offering a large licensed library with millions of tracks and stems cleared for AI use. As legal pressure around training data grows, these companies are becoming increasingly important. In many ways, they are supplying the raw fuel for the AI music economy. AI music complicates authorship. When a song involves prompts, models, editing, training data, and multiple collaborators, ownership and revenue splits stop being straightforward. That has created a second infrastructure niche. Systems that help record who made what, when it was made, and how it came into existence. One example is Signal Vibe, a forthcoming system from Jim Kinsey. It captures creation time signals and ties cryptographically signed proof to a track's ISRC. Other services focus on certifying the nature of the work itself. Humanable identifies music created entirely without generative AI, while SongHub integrates blockchain-based song splits and rights registration into the workflow to help separate human and AI contributions. At the standards level, frameworks like C2PA and Transparent Meta are working toward embedding provenance and AI disclosure information directly into audio files, so that the creation history stays attached to the music. There are also experiments happening around distribution. Sunospace.com, for example, is exploring ways to distribute copyright-friendly AI music in commercial environments, such as cafes and shops. This is also one of the areas covered by the new Swedish AI licensing model that the Digital Forge reported on in the March 12th news desk. As AI music grows, platforms and rights holders increasingly need answers to some basic questions. Was this made by a human, a machine, or both? Does it contain copyrighted material? Can its use be traced? That has created a market for detection, fingerprinting, and identification systems. Companies like PEX, ACR Cloud, and Audible Magic already provide audio fingerprinting tools, widely used in the wider music industry. Off-Spectrum embeds inaudible watermarks into recordings that can survive remixing and compression, allowing creators to detect if their audio later appears inside training datasets. Human Standard focuses on AI music detection and human authorship verification, while Sony's developing Clues system is aimed at identifying copyrighted works inside AI-generated outputs. And naturally, once detection systems appear, counter tools follow. That is where services like Undetector enter the conversation, aiming to evade those systems. Once creators have tools and the infrastructure is in place, the final layer begins to form. This is the level where the ecosystem starts organizing itself, where music gets published, communities gather, and success starts being measured. A growing number of platforms are now trying to host AI music on its own terms, rather than forcing it into systems built for older models of music distribution. Suna is one of the clearest examples. It is positioned as the first major streaming platform built specifically for AI-native music, with charts, monetization tools, and creator verification systems designed for generative artists. Other platforms are experimenting with different formats. Bits Audio mixes AI and human music through algorithmic radio-style discovery and social features. Kivio leans into short-form sharing and creator interaction, almost like a social-first discovery space for AI musicians. Projects like Bandcamp.de are also testing more community-driven environments, designed specifically for generative artists, especially in response to the resistance some traditional platforms have shown toward AI music. Every music ecosystem eventually builds ways to measure itself. That is beginning to happen in AI music now as well. In 2026, the Sonic Intelligence Academy, SIQA, launched the first dedicated AI music charts focused on verified AI songs and covers. Suna is also attempting to build chart structures of its own. Alongside that, competitions like the AI Song Contest, showcase spaces such as Soundstage, and publications like Synstrel, The Deep View, AI DIY Guy, and The Digital Forge all play a role in shaping visibility and legitimacy. Together, these platforms and signals do something important. They help the AI music world recognize itself as a real ecosystem, rather than just a loose collection of tools and creators. So when people talk about AI music as if it is still just an experiment, I think that misses what is happening. What we are seeing now is not just a handful of generators making songs. We are watching a full business stack emerge around AI music. Stack 1 helps creators make better music. Stack 2 supports the systems that make the space viable. Stack 3 builds the platforms that give the ecosystem shape, visibility, and momentum. And that matters because it tells us something very clearly. AI music is no longer only about generation. It is becoming an economy. The creators, bloggers, and platforms mentioned in today's news desk are listed below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest from the AI music scene. I am Freya. This is the Digital Forge, and I will see you on the next one.